So now we're gonna talk about somebody that's not boring, man. Hit Boy.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
You said
That
not
boy had
boring
me hype.
because I disagree. I disagree.
No, this is a good album. This is a good album. Come
It's a
on.
cool album. It's cool.
Mid.
Not
Mid is the
I think
word
it's
you're
better
looking
than
for.
mid. It's better than mid.
But
But I don't
Better than
say
mid
it's
for
good.
sure.
let's talk about it then. Let's go through it track for track.
Mhm.
You
So
want to talk about Hit Boy and his run and how he's been doing right now? We gonna give any press?
let's do that. Let's do that at the end because we're gonna talk about albums made by producers and who's the
Yeah,
best
we are.
producer in the game after this. So let's just jump into the tracks. The Tide with Nas is the first real track. I mean, he's the intro and then the Tide. What y'all thought of that album? We didn't talk about the single, the video when it came out.
Cool
What y'all
song.
thought?
Good song.
I like
Good
the song.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't love the beat switch, the drillish type stuff, but it's cool. I don't hate it.
I didn't love when the beat
Alright.
switch, but I like the beginning part, or the first half.
I love
or
the beat
whatever.
switch.
See, there we
Great.
go. And that's why all three of us on here, so we can have different opinions. So I think this is probably one of the best songs on here, though, because I don't really like much else. State Champ, skip for me.
Love it.
Okay.
You loved it?
Love it.
I like the Corsa better. That's better Dom Kennedy song.
Yep.
Super loved it.
Okay, all right.
Super loved it. That was a great song.
All right, your boy Currency's up next. Bryce, what you thought of that one?
Oh man. All right. So
Like
this
that one a
song.
lot.
Nah, when it first came on, I was like, all right, I'm about to skip this song. This is not it. Then I saw Currency was on, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll give it a chance. I love Currency, so yeah, it's all right. It ain't.
I liked it.
I don't want to hate
nothing for
on Currency. Currency, we all from New Orleans. I love Currency, but this song sucked. I didn't like Currency on this type of beat. I don't know why this is the. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why this was the beat of all the beats that you throw Currency on. I don't really like trap beats in general, and there's a lot of that on this album, which is why I don't really like it.
Okay.
So I ain't like that song. That's a skip to me.
Okay.
Just Ask is another one of my favorites. I thought this dude, I never heard of him, Spank Nitty. He was dope, man. I like what he was talking about.
Spank Nitty killed that.
He killed it. Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
Nah. I heard it. I was like, hey, who this is rapping on here?
Right. I did the same thing.
I didn't even want to give Spank no credit. I ain't gonna lie to you, but Spank, you did your thing right there.
I felt the same way, man. I was ready to start hating on the album after the Currency track failed, and then I was like, oh wait, who's this person I never heard of? Killing it right now.
Yes, Spank Nitty.
Yeah. So he was dropping some knowledge on there, man. And then New Wave, I thought that one was okay. Just okay.
Yeah,
See,
just okay.
Y'all supposed to be the ones liking this album, and y'all even saying it's just mid. So
I gave one song mid. I said one song was mid so far. The Currency one too. So two.
You said the Currency one, and you said the State Champ. Oh no, you said you like the State Champ.
No, I love State Champ. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You
I like the Tide and the Currency one so far, and I like Slipping Into Darkness a lot.
Slipping Into Darkness. Okay, that's the next one. Slipping Into Darkness is the best song. Best song.
A great song. Okay. Yeah.
This is the only one where I actually cared about. Well, this one and the last one are the only ones that I felt like I cared about what Hit Boy was rapping about. Where I felt like Hit Boy actually was, impressive in any way on the mic.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, you talk about an average rapper. He not good.
I was gonna get into that because
he's a producer.
Slipping Into Darkness was the single. I heard that first, then I heard the Nas song. So they had videos for both of those.
Right.
So I was like, dang, he'll be rapping like that. So I want to hear this Hit Boy album.
Right.
It's like there's only like one song where he's rapping like that. So.
And low key, the Alchemist beat is the best beat on this album. How you get outproduced and out rapped on your whole album? That's trash. That's super trash. You deserve a 0 for that.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I didn't even think about that. The Alchemist beat is the best beat on there.
That's not true.
Yeah. I mean, it's ALC, man. What you expect?
All right. So Go ahead. What y'all like? Two certified.
I gotta remember this one. I don't remember this one that much.
Avelino.
Told him boy he needs to rap more. I built myself up brick by
Hey
brick.
man,
but I
you
don't
trying to get
trap
us?
no
You trying to get us demonetized? We can't
Yeah.
lose $0. We
Let's-
making
no,
too much.
No, I like
making
this
too
one.
much
Oh
bread.
yeah,
Yeah, we making too much money.
Avellino.
Yeah, come on.
Avellino. I don't know.
I
what
like Avellino.
is.
No, Avellino.
I
was
did see the
cold.
interview that Coop did with him. I think he's from England or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's the London rapper. Yeah. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. They got their own sound. Whatever. I'm not really mad at it. It just they like things different over there. That's his worldwide touring song.
So
MTR.
So it sounds like a skip. MTR was the worst song on it. It might be the skippiest skip of the
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't
they
like
skip down for
MTR
sure.
that much.
Composure
Right.
Part 2.
And this one, he was
Fire.
talking about. Yeah, I mean, he was talking to stuff. I thought it was interesting to
Fire.
hear, but not a good
Yep.
rapping. No, not good rapping. Just interesting to hear his story. Interesting.
I'm
to hear
not
his
judging a
story.
producer on rapping, so I don't know.
Bruh. How
Whatever.
you wait?
Well,
how
when
you
you make
not?
your album, no, we gotta talk about that because let's finish talking about the album and we'll talk about that. How you judge producers rap.
What's the last song right there?
That's the last song.
Composure.
That's what I'm saying. So what you gave this album, Bryce?
Oh man,
Pod Madness.
I'm gonna give it a 7 right now, but it could go higher for me.
I'm giving it a 4. I'm gonna give it the same. It's
Wow.
worse than the. Well, yeah, it's about a 4, man. I don't know, 5. I'll give it a 5.
No way, it ain't
I
no
say a
4.
5.
It's not a bad
Whatever
album.
that static is, it might be the same.
No.
No way. No way,
It's,
dog.
it's definitely better beats than the static. I mean better. The static got better beats than this.
No,
And then-
that's
yeah.
nonsense.
No way.
No. That's not even
All
close.
right, dog. You being silly,
even
dog.
close.
Ain't no way.
All right. You're right. The static is like a 4. This is like a 5. All right. That's it. That's high as I can go.
I'm gonna hear
All
that
right, so
code
I
of a
got a
friend
7.
while I'm shopping at Publix and not even know it's on.
For real.
All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because first off, you saying that you want to give him extra credit because it's a producer album. Now the other day in the chat,
Well, I'm not giving him extra
Bryce-
credit. I was saying I'm not taking points away because he's rapping on his
but
album.
that's giving him
I
extra
actually-
credit. That's a curve. That's you giving him special.
Actually,
treatment.
you're right. I am giving him extra credit because most producers don't rap. So yes, I'm giving you extra credit for actually putting a verse on your
Plenty
own
rap.
song. I respect that.
Plenty rap.
Not plenty. No, plenty don't rap.
Plenty
All right.
do.
Well,
Enough
Dr. Dre-
rap,
Dr.
but
Dre
not
raps
plenty.
and Kanye raps.
Dr. Dre don't rap.
Yeah, what do you
Dr.
mean?
Dre has a bunch of raps. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Let
Let Me Ride is like
Okay.
one of the best songs.
All right. I'm gonna say I'm assuming Hit Boy is writing his own raps. I don't
Okay, we
think
could-
Dr.
We can assume
Dre.
that because they trash. We can assume it because they not good.
Exactly. They are. They mean it. They definitely. They just as good as
Oh, caught me off
Kato
guard
the
with that
Freak.
one. That was low.
He's
That
just
was
as
like
good as Kato
sniper
the
heat.
Friend or whatever.
Coda
it
the
was.
friend. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
He's
All right,
just as
that's
good as rapping as Coda the
That's
Friend.
not saying
that's
nothing.
not even true, but that's okay.
That's
No, it is because the
average.
one verse, the Slipping in the Darkness verse alone, better than anything on that Coda album.
all right.
All the way
that's
across.
fine. We beat
I'll
up
give
Dakota
him credit for that.
enough. We beat up Dakota enough. Okay, so that's fine. Let's take that off the table then. Coda, all right, that's fine. Coda gets the worst.
But if we go, so you talking about producers? Plenty of producers rap and they rap well, right? Of course, one of my favorites all time, Q-Tip. Right,
Mhm.
he's not letting nobody write his bars. He's rapping, and then you got producers that make great beats, but they trash at rapping like Pete Rock. But you have a good verse every once in a while. Like, come on, man, Alchemist, all his bars ain't good, but he has some good verses, and he's in like 2 or 3 groups where he raps. And that's how
LP
you start
raps.
off. What happened?
LP.
Yeah.
LP raps. LP raps well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of so you can
Yeah,
keep
man.
going. We can keep
People that
going.
rap, man.
There's a
Magic,
good amount,
Manny
but
Fresh
it's
rap?
Yeah. Manny Fresh.
yeah. All right. See, that's proving my point. Yeah,
I know you're not about to hate on Manny Fresh, dog.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
know you're
Manny
not about to hate on Manny Fresh. You was out there doing like everybody else talking about get your roll on. Everybody.
I
You
love
was
the big
doing it.
timers
Ah,
for sure.
these, at
Yeah.
Our shows. Oh, that's baby. No, that's Manny. That's Manny Fresh. That's Manny
Yeah,
Fresh.
No, that's
better.
Manny Fresh. Yeah, I'm about to say.
That's so
That's a
so
classic
basic.
song.
So basic.
Classic album.
And you was sitting up there
Yeah.
doing it. You was sitting up there right at your
Yeah.
little school dance talking about get your roll on. Huh?
Those are better
Right.
raps than anything on this Hit Boy, man. Come on, man. Hit Boy
Not
was
at all.
average. If not, that's not even
That's
true.
fine.
He had some bars that wouldn't rhyme. I mean, come on. You can't rhyme if you're not rhyming.
Well,
I mean, look, man, I didn't
finish
I didn't give
taking
him a
us
high
into the
rating for rapping.
subject.
That's you were talking about how producer albums suck the other before you listen to the album, and now you like the album.
Yes.
Now you're the one that likes it the most, but you want to give him extra credit because you're not judging his rapping skills when that's part of the album. He chose to rap on the album. He could do it like some other rappers who, like Static Selector, just gets other people to rap on the beats. That's not how he's doing it. Okay, so he chose to rap. You got to judge him for his raps. That's how it works.
Yeah, man. We don't
Okay,
give
but his
Rock
raps aren't
Marcy
hard.
albums a pass because Rock is like, oh, Rock Marcy is the producer. We can't judge his rapping. Like, no, he about to bar this track up that he made.
Exactly.
It's fine. So even if I did judge the rapping on it, it's still good enough. It's average. It's better than
This ain't
Homeboy, like
average.
we said.
I mean, I think
his
it's good
rapping
enough
is
as well.
average. Yeah,
I think his
It's
rapping
not
is good enough.
It doesn't take away from the
He
songs,
gets
which is
outshined
why.
by every good feature on here. Okay, we
Well,
talked
he
about
should.
how
He's
Spank
supposed
Nitty
to.
you get outshined. Okay, so if you the worst, why are you on the beat? If you okay,
Okay,
all right.
well, I don't know if that's
Let's
fair
move past
because
that.
I think Alchemist does that a lot, and all his albums,
Okay,
Death
then let's
Brothers
talk about.
albums, Gangrene albums. But when he's rapping, other people guests will have better verses. I mean, that's not.
Okay,
Of course,
It doesn't make the whole song bad. It doesn't mean it's bad rapping.
Exactly.
You're not never gonna be as good as I
okay.
don't know, somebody that does it all the time. I guess.
All right.
Exactly.
So I'll give you. All right, I'll give you. So that's fine. So we're not going to judge him harshly for the rapping, but
No, I mean, I just think we judge it for the rapping. I thought the rapping was
Yeah.
okay. I gave the album a 5.
It was
It's not like I
decent.
gave it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was great. I didn't say it was even good. So it was
Yeah.
a passable level.
okay. So then what about the production? Because so this is the thing. Now we could talk about who's the best rappers in the game right now. And get into this discussion because Hit Boy, rightfully so, is getting a
You mean
lot of
producer?
credit. Producers in the game. That's what I meant. Hit Boy is getting a lot of credit right now because he produced this run with Nas. 4 albums straight. Good to great albums. There we talked about how. I mean, I think Nas is the GOAT, and we talked about how KD3 was one of the best albums of last year. But I think he's been getting too much credit because there's a large Nas stan base who wants to elevate everything he's doing, and they want to
I agree with that.
praise Hit Boy for it.
I agree.
But
with
I don't think Hit Boy is one. I don't think he's the best producer in the game, and I think this album proves it. This weekend proves it. Of all of the producers that dropped, I don't think he made an impressive showing of all of the stuff that dropped this week.
I can't speak to that part of it. I'd have to do some more comparison as far as that goes because I'm not gonna hate. I am gonna continue to hate, but I listened to that Music Soul Child again, and I liked it more, and that's grown on me more, and that's all Hit Boy beats, and I think the production on that is very, very good. So that's kind of, I mean, if he's more of an R&B lane, or if he killed that, so maybe he didn't pick the right songs for himself. Maybe he picked ones that he loved, but maybe if he wasn't producing himself, he wouldn't put himself on them to rap on. I mean, when you make all the beats and you made all the beats for the other people, you want to hold something for yourself and make it.
That's true. Or maybe he gave the best stuff to other people.
Yeah, and he just kind of
because he
want to throw this out because he's hot. I don't know.
Yeah, because we got to talk. He's produced a lot. You're right. It's not just the Nas stuff. He produced the whole album with Benny. He's producing more stuff with other people. He dropped that that Music Soul Child album. So he's doing a lot, and so we can't discredit that. But if you had to name 5 producers right now, if you were producing your dream album, is Hit Boy one of those 5, and where would he be?
he wouldn't be in my dream. Like I
Like
can
right
get.
now, like producers right now, not ever. Okay, like producers who are making the dope best music right now, not don't throw
I'm
out
not coming
Dr.
to hip
Dre
hop.
or something like that.
I'm not coming to hip hop.
Okay,
But that's me and my dusty old bald head ass. I mean, I'm going to, of course, I'm going to like Premier and Rock Marciano, and I got to get my man Conductor. We have a problem. And I
Conductor.
might, I have to go to Alchemist. To me, Alchemist is the
Alchemist is
greatest
still
of the
over
last
Hit Boy.
20
Yeah.
years. I don't. So I mean, that's where I would be trying to go. Um, what I say? I said four. I say
Uh,
five people. I
you
don't know
said
if I said five
Conductor,
people.
Alchemist, Premier, Rock. So
Yeah,
4.
those are probably my favorites right now. Maybe I try to get a Derringer beat. Maybe I try to go to LP or something. I don't know, but
Yeah,
maybe I get a JPEG Mafia song. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be frantic, and I have to do this.
yeah. I think I can name so many. I think I'm still over him. I think Static is still over him. I think
Yeah,
Black
I
Milk.
agree.
I think that
I haven't
Odyssey
heard Black
album
Milk with
was
the output,
better
man. I
than.
can't hate on Black Milk, man. I mean,
Well,
I love
he's.
Black Milk, but
You're
I
right.
need more from him
He's
to
got to
say he's
drop
over.
something.
Hit Boy been doing it. Okay,
You're
so
right.
I'm not gonna
You're
do
right.
that to him.
That's fair. He's got to drop something. Now, I love Black Milk, and so I give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's got to drop something. You're right.
Odyssey stuff was good though.
That Odyssey album production was great. There's a lot of great production stuff that's dropped this year. I just that I would put over Hit Boy right now.
Yeah,
I
who's
mean,
that Sky Zoo album? That Sky
yeah,
Zoo
the
album.
other guys
That was surprisingly great.
yeah. There's a lot of great production out right now. Like I said, I think the Skis album had better production than this album. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
don't know.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. So I just don't have Hit Boy that high on my list, honestly. And this is not like
Well,
because I hate Hit Boy. Like I think he's
no,
cool.
it's not about hate. I mean, this ain't about hate. I know we talk about hate and we make jokes about hate, but like we're not just sitting up here to talking bad about people. The dude is great. So, do I love this album? No, but that don't mean that he hasn't been killing it. I mean, I don't think that the Nas albums are all at this classic level that some people say is. They're talking about all three KD's classic and stuff, and I think that's a little silly. But there's a bunch of tracks throughout those 4 albums that are really, really good, and
Yeah.
ones that I love that I'll always play. So I'm not gonna hate on the dude. He got hits with all kinds of different artists. I just when I'm talking about rap producers, to me nobody's touching Alchemist right now. The dude dropping an album every month with somebody else, and every time it's tailored to them. It sounds great for them. He got another one coming out next week, I think, with Larry June.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the dude is always. I mean, just
Yeah, I mean, as far as quantity, Alchemist is definitely it.
And quality, man. I mean, people
Quality.
talk. I think if you talk about these albums, every artist he working with, he putting out probably one of their best albums with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the production is different. I mean, you listen to the Haram, was very different than like Alfredo. I mean, just look at the stuff he's been putting out. I think Alchemist, every time he have an album with one of these artists, it's phenomenal. Currency, I think he had like 2 of the top 5, top 10 albums last year. It's Alchemist. He does it every year.
Yeah.
Every year, it's
sure.
2, 3, 4 of those.
Sure.
So I don't see how you could put somebody above him right now.
Yeah. Agreed. So, Bryce, you got any other producers you want to add to this?
First of all, Hit Boy, amazing. You're definitely top 5 of your generation. So whatever that encompasses, but you're up there to me. Dude got songs with anybody, every legend, everybody that you can ask for a song for, he's done. So I think Hit Boy is amazing. Like I said, I think he's the best in his generation. You try to do a versus against him, I think you'd have a really hard time. I don't think any producer ever gets an easy W against him.
All right, but we about to have a problem.
See,
I got hate, and this is where my hate comes in. Yo, people got to stop using the verses as some kind of like bar for something. That is a hit measurement. Now you
Okay.
want to measure
Yeah.
hits, that's fine. If you want to say hits are important, that's cool. But verses is not some kind of thing to judge people's music catalogs off of. For some artists that have way tons of music, that's making it easy for people that don't have that same level to try to compete with them on the 2020
Well,
type thing.
this
I
goes
agree,
back
but
to this goes back to
I'm about to say
what
producer batter's been going on for a long time now.
yeah, but I mean, I'm saying, but it goes back to how do we judge, an artist on their highs? Do we judge them on just their the top of their best of what they produce, or do we judge it on the entirety of what they produce? Because that makes a very different judgment.
Yeah, but verses is about hits, man. It's not about your highs. So your
not,
highs
but-
could be higher, but it's about the hits.
I think the Locks versus prove that that's not true because they were doing
it did prove it was true.
freestyles and stuff like that.
First of all, they was in the Garden. Okay,
Mhm.
so of course them freestyles ring off in New York City.
Okay, but they're
I don't
not
know
That's
hits.
why it matters.
They're
Yeah.
not-
That's also
Okay,
what
so-
the Locks is known for, but they have way more. But it also showed they have way more hits than
They had hits.
the Diplomats.
They
They have way more hits than the
they
Diplomats.
They had.
They got songs with Mariah Carey and crap.
yes.
The Diplomats don't have a ton of those, not nearly as many as Jada Kiss and Chic. They was on All About the Benjamins and stuff. They have a bunch of hits. They don't have the consistent body of work that makes you say, wow, they're one of the top groups of all time in an album form. But in any
Okay.
other format,
So you
they're gonna
think
be a great
that
group.
that versus or you think it overstated how great they are? The
no,
versus
I
stuff
think
like
I think the Locks against Dipset, the Locks won because they're a way better group than Dipset.
that. Yeah, Dipset.
I mean, I don't think to me, that's not an upset. It's not some kind of surprise. People that thought
People
Dipset
were
could compete
people
with
were
Locks are crazy.
saying that Dipset,
But they're
was gonna-
crazy. They
Right,
don't
right.
know what they're talking about. I would say that they're fools. All right.
Yes.
I hate for them because how the hell would you think that Diplomats 1, 2, 3 year run could ever compete with the Locks and all the stuff they had?
Because
in
they
their
had
career?
a lot of stuff on the radio. They had big songs on the radio. They had
Right.
hits.
They had 2
It's-
years of hits or something like that, man. Maybe 3 or 4. Like the Locks been around since. When is their first hit? When is the 95? When is the Locks first hit that they're on? 96.
I don't know, but
It's
I don't
a
know.
long ass time ago. And then they had hits that go all the way to darn near this year, last year, a couple years ago. I mean, come on, man. People gotta stop, man. I
don't
always
know.
was
I
angry
think the
about
verses
that.
is a good bar.
I don't like the verses.
You
part.
don't,
Especially
think? Or
for
do
You're
you?
gonna tell
producers.
me definitely not for producers, because you're gonna tell me an Alchemist who make a beat us album with a Currency, and you're gonna play a Beyonce beat because more people gonna know a Beyonce song than a Currency song. They're gonna say that's a dub, and it's not. That don't mean the album.
Yeah.
That don't
Even
mean
if-
the song produced better. That means that that's a hit that you all like, and that's cool. Hits is
Yes.
cool, but hits ain't a measurement of what's better production or what's better music. It never
even
has
if they
been. It
put
never
it
will
on
be.
instrumental style though, his beats just hit a certain way, the same way
No,
Swiss beats hit big because he makes them very loud and stuff.
that's
They
marketing.
hit differently, but
Marketing. Swiss Beats got some of the most trashiest beats of all
Trashiest
time.
beats
But if
ever,
Jigga rap,
he
on it,
does.
people gonna act like it's a huge hit, and they're gonna act like it's super hot, and it's not. I
Exactly.
don't care.
That's why I
But
say
they gonna
play
say,
the
"This is a
instrumental
dub.
version.
Oh my god! Welcome to the Jungle. No, that's a good song. It's like, no, it's not. It's one of the worst beats I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, okay, so regardless, so we got onto the versus format. So you think it's a bad judgment because it's a popularity contest, basically what you're saying.
It's a popularity contest. Of course it is. Popularity contest is fine, but that don't tell me, especially for beats. You could get it if I make the dopest beat of all time, but I put Sky Zoo on it.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna say that beat is not better than, I don't know, pick a beat. Niggas in Paris. A
Right.
beat that I think is not that good. People gonna say, oh my God, that's in Paris. It's so good. And it's not. It's not. It's not. There's other beats that I would compare that I would say is way better beat that's not nearly as big a hit. If I put on Boom by Premier, people gonna say is in Paris is better.
No way. No
People
way.
will say that.
Can't be, that can't
I'm just
happen.
telling you, people
I can't
will,
believe it.
because
Let us know in the
Okay.
comments if you think Boom or which one you think is a better song, Boom or
I think
People in
that
Paris.
the versus format is a hit judgment format.
Yes.
And if you purposely choose to make underground or whatever type of hip hop, you are not going to win against someone who does not make that type of music.
I
Right.
can see that. Yes, I agree with that. But Hit
That
Boy
doesn't make it
isn't.
better.
That's a fact. But I just feel like Hit Boy, then he doesn't feel like he's competing with these people. I feel like it's the same thing with underground rappers. They're not competing with Drake and trying to make music that he's make. You make your beat, you know it's not gonna have the same impact as if you made it for a Beyonce or this type of song. That's fine. Um, but it doesn't make the beat worse to me. I don't think so.
Well,
Impact
but people will
matters,
compare
but
and
not
say
as
that that's
much in
better.
producing.
Yeah, but like I said, if you go to a versus and I put on certain songs, I mean, we saw it with. I'm trying to think of if they had one that was similar, like to what I'm talking about, because people will pick
But
songs
I
that
think
they like
not
based on popularity.
even the Locks one. I didn't know any Locks music like that before that, and
But you don't
I
know
thought
Locks music.
Dipset was exactly. And
I
but then
told
I
people
heard
off rip,
it
there's
that
no
night.
way the Locks could
It was amazing
not
though.
gonna destroy Dipset. Dipset has no they don't have no
So
songs.
part of that, okay, but part of that was about performance. There was other things that would affect performance because, like Bryce said, he wasn't super familiar with the all the discography, but the performance
Mm-hmm.
matters. There are other things that matter in the whole thing. So I just think that as a format, it does measure. It to me, it's good measurement if the two people are a good matchup. If the two
Correct.
people are a good
Yeah,
that's fair.
match, then it's good. It's a good measurement of how good are their catalog. How good are they to the top of their catalogs? I think so. I think it's not that it's a bad format or a bad measurement. I think it's just for a specific. It needs to be.
you fight people in your
Uh,
lane. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of when they do matchups, they always try to get people in similar lanes. They always try like
hmm
so because I think
but
whenever you get into if it's one person from the South, one person from New York, then you get region bias. So you get one person from there's a lot of things in the matchup that can mess up the factors. But as long as you get two people like Locks, Dipset, both big in New York, boom, which group is better? I think it's a good measurement, and it clearly showed who was the better group.
I agree. But the reason I said I hate producer albums is because a lot of the times they be getting their friends on there who cannot rap and give them a shot. That's the number one reason. I don't want to hear it. Same thing with this Kiddo the Friend. He was on Static's last album. I don't want to hear you, dude. I don't want to hear your
I assume
that's
this
what
dude is
kills me.
successful, man. I don't think he's
He
just
is, I'm
static lead
sure. I'm
carrier.
not sure. I'm not trying to shit on him, but he's just not for me. And he's obviously friends with Static. They
Yeah, but
make
Static's
music
bestie
together.
is Term.
I don't
And
want to
Term is
hear him.
beast.
Terminology is
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's
Yeah.
not like Static just hanging around
But
with
not
dudes
every-
that are
Yeah, and
hit
he
like
hangs
that.
out with Joey. And
Yeah.
I mean, Static got a lot of. I mean, that's
Action.
what makes some of the Static albums so great is that he always the dopest rappers on his tracks. I
Yeah.
mean, there's always
get
a
a
Black
lot of
Dog
dope
track.
MCs.
There's always a Royce track. There's always
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
He's
yeah.
getting
So,
a lot of dope MCs on it, bro.
Yeah. Not everybody got friends as nice as Alchemist. All right. Some
when
of them.
when you a dope producer, everybody want to work with you. Everybody wants to work with Alchemist. Everybody wants to work with Static.
I get that. And sometimes these producers get
I don't
their
know if
friends who
everybody
ain't
wants to
made it yet.
What do you mean?
And they
Everybody
put
don't
them
want to
on
work
to
with
some.
Static. People.
I don't
everybody
think Static
knows.
has. I don't think Static has the.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he has the cachet.
Who
and the
don't be on
culture
his
to
album?
be like that.
He just
Well, I
got a
don't know
track
if
with
it's-
all the
well,
Wu Tang
okay.
people on it.
Well, most of them, but I don't think that doesn't mean that it's a.
All the best.
He could be coming to them.
Oh wait,
and
all the
making
best
requests.
members. All the best members on the track.
That's true. It is all the best members, but well, yeah. But I mean, he's not. Just because, yes, he is able to get songs with many people. I don't know if they're all trying to work with him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so how
Well,
you
I don't think he
doing
has
it
that
if he
same
not? Okay.
Cachet of some of these other producers. I think you get with Hit Boy, and you know that you're gonna get like you might be banging on the door to get shots at Grammys or hits, or other type of artists. You're trying to get big views or whatever. I don't know, other producers, different things like that. You're gonna get more of that than going to Static Selector for sure. Remember the 2 Chainz album, like I think I could be misremembering, but I remember there was like a whole thing where like his record label didn't want to put it out or something.
Yeah, I don't know
because it was boom bappy.
Yeah.
Remember the 2 Chainz? He had the 2 Chainz where he had 2 singles with him, and it was super dope. And I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to hear the 2 Chainz Static out, and that shit never even came out.
Right. But that's somebody in a. I mean, 2 Chainz is. I mean, people would say he's like superstar type of rapper, and Static don't work with those type of people. He works with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, you said people dying to get to work with him. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, underground people. Well, that's the same with Alchemist too. I mean, to be the underground cats that are. I mean,
Alchemist I think is getting bigger looks. I think Alchemist has more cachet in that lane. So
well, he has hit some more hit records. I mean, that he's produced as well. I mean,
he's also worked with more. I would say more legends on a one-on-one type of basis.
Right.
So he worked with Mobb Deep, stuff like that. Whereas I don't think Static has those same.
Okay, I mean that's fair. That's
classics fair. Under his belt in that same way.
That's fair.
Also, produced albums can only ever be so good because I feel like there's no continuity in their albums. Like one song's good, one song's bad. I don't want to hear these people on this song.
You're wrong.
Skip. Yeah. So
okay, hold on. Everything you're saying, I mean,
you're wrong.
What do you say about the Chronic? What do you say about all the Kanye albums? What do you say about? I mean,
Kanye albums are
Wu-Tang is. I mean, you could say is a producer album. That's the RZA's album. I mean,
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah. Well, I don't really. Yeah. The Black Milk albums are always dope. I mean, and we just talked about that. Yeah, like
Static has like 5 or 6 great albums out of his 10 albums. Population Control, really, really good. Mm-hmm. I really like 8. I really like what's the one that was like the roulette thing? I don't know why I can't think of it. What goes around? What goes around?
Oh yeah.
All right, last album Static put out, right? The Balancing Act, 2020.
Yeah, that was probably one of his weaker ones to me.
Yeah.
His first song, Black Thought, cool. I would love to hear that. Nas and Joey Badass on the next song. Cool, I'll listen to that. Song after that, Conway 2 Chainz, I'll listen to that. Hard Living, not a fan of Dave East. So maybe Method Man's on there too. So maybe
that was a good song actually. That was one of the better ones.
Yeah. Time, Jack Harlow. Don't want to hear it.
That was a really good song.
Since you mentioned Dave East and Method Man, we got to are y'all watching the Wu-Tang show?
I didn't start season 2 yet.
Okay, all right. Well, we got a review when y'all catch up.
But that Time song with Jack Harlow was the best Jack Harlow song.
I'm sure it is, but I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm telling you, it's better than you think.
No Substance, Benny Butcher, I think Paul Wall. Off My Mind. Rome Streets, Fly Anakin, don't know either of them, don't want to hear it.
Oh, Rome Streets is that dude?
Rome Streets is good, yeah.
Man,
Welcome to the Game, right. Marlon Craft and Coded a Friend. Definitely don't want to hear it. Skip. Evidence and Blue, don't know who Blue is. Skip.
What?
Oh, man.
You don't know who Blue is? Oh, man, dog. You got to go listen to Below the Heavens.
No more. Lil Fame. I don't want to listen to anyone named Lil Fame. I'm skipping
Lil Fame is that dude from MOP. Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
You embarrassing yourself right now.
You really, you're just telling on yourself right now.
You're making us look bad.
Yeah, just stop. Stop.
Rem DeVillain, don't know who that is. I'm skipping that too.
Okay, but
Tristan Howell?
I don't understand how you listen to music based on like, oh, I don't know this guy, so I'm skipping.
Bro, because not everybody is good at making music. Like
but you gotta listen to it before you could say
listen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna trust the producer to put these people together that might be good.
And it's just like it's just like with this Hit Boy album. You just said that song with Spank Nitty. I'm clicking on it, thinking, okay, who's this? This is somebody, But then he impressed me. The Jay Skis album. This is an album I click on. I'm thinking, it's probably just gonna be mid. but it was my favorite album of this year. You judging based on name, and that's the problem.
That's not true.
With,
I'm telling you, 90% of the time when I get to these songs, I don't want to hear, like, more likely than not, the person is not good to me.
okay, well, you don't like. You got to be honest. You don't really want to listen to all this boom bap stuff, and that's fine. We all
That's
got
not
different
true.
tastes.
What do you mean? What does that have to do with it's any producer album? We could go to any producer you think I
So
love.
okay,
I don't
the
wanna-
Chronic. You don't like the Chronic.
I don't. Oh man, I don't like West Coast music. I already
Okay,
said that. So no.
okay, all right. Whoa,
I
whoa,
don't wanna hear
whoa,
it.
You just try.
whoa.
You talking about? You was worried about getting
Cut
canceled.
off the
for
whole.
what's his name?
Listen,
you about to
listen.
get us canceled. man.
Hey, California, yeah, they about to break
I don't.
off.
I hate your accents.
Alright.
You sound dumb to me. I don't want to hear it. But
I do hate when they be like, "Yeah, could." That
All
don't
right,
sound
I
funny.
hate
to me. And Chuck
California
Taylor's is lame
accents.
too. We don't do that, man. Chuck Taylor's like, come on, man. Don't keep
So Kanye, you love Kanye.
Okay.
You love Kanye. You love.
Yes.
You like Life of Pablo, and that's a ton of people on that.
You like Late Registration is his best album, and there's a ton of people on that.
It's not about and they're all good.
Exactly, they are all good.
And they all have a concise same theme throughout those first 3 albums. Most other albums aren't like that.
You mean with
Let's
the
see, The Life
skits?
of Pablo?
He has the skits going to connect the concept.
Life of Pablo is all over the place.
Is
The Life of Pablo. Let's see.
super all over the place.
The
It's-
main song got this dude, a no-name dude named Designer.
That's not
I
the
mean-
biggest song off of there, but yeah. I feel you.
That wasn't the
That
biggest song.
was the biggest song on there.
No, Ultralight Beam is definitely
Ultralight
bigger
Beam
than
is
Pain.
Oh, okay.
Ultralight Beam is huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best song.
But also, that's fine. I'm not. This isn't one of my top 4 Kanye, maybe not even top 5 Kanye albums to me. So I mean, it's cool. I like Kanye. So
I think you got to listen to some other producer albums, man. Pete Rock, Soul Survivor, man. Different DJ Clue albums. I mean, it's just like any other producer. I mean, any other DJ mixtape, man. You got different songs, different people on
I
them.
don't want to hear that.
I like some of the
I
high
hate
tech
when niggas
albums.
put
I
their
don't-
friends
oh,
on
of
it,
course.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we there's a lot of
High technology is good.
Yeah, we could go.
There's a lot more, man. There's a lot more.
That's just
We
my
just talk
personal
about
pet
top of our head.
peeve in music, man. I hate when people put their friends on.
It's not all right. Whatever. We go.
It
I
is.
don't even understand
It
that.
is.
Like you
If
hate
you
when
put a
Dr.
no-name
Dre pulls
person-
out this no name named Snoop Dogg and they do
He hit, but most of the time they don't hit, is what I'm saying. Most of the time they don't
I
hit.
disagree with that. Man. What do you mean?
I don't. Like I said, 90% of the time, the unknown guy is unknown for a reason, and they don't hit to me. That's just the way I feel.
Okay. All right. I mean,